This Marathon Moshiach series is generously sponsored by anonymous donor in honor of our Kol Torah Chaim. The campaign that we're doing right now to get connected to that campaign, you could see um, trainingpostskim.org. Go onto our website, trainingpostskim.org, and become part of that campaign. And we'll be extremely grateful to you and be able to host more marathon series such as these in the future. The next attribute that we're going to discuss in this marathon Moshiach series is a very, very interesting one. Right? Seemingly, it's already been discussed according to one path of explanation that we took for Yokoyama, right? That the prices will go up, but you'll see there's a twist here. Again, I don't believe I mentioned this before, but it's a critical point, and I think we'll interject it right now. Right? All of these 19 attributes represent a breakdown of society. There's a breakdown of um, of, of, uh, of acting properly one to another. That's chutz b'yazge, right? There's a breakdown of proper conduct between people. There's a breakdown of pricing, right? Breakdown of fair pricing. There's a breakdown of humility and thereby pursuing honor. There's going to be a breakdown of sobriety and a reign of panic in the world, as we'll see. Hagefen yitain period of yain bioker. Wine, there will be a very interesting phenomenon will take place. Yeah, that there'll be plenty of grapes. There'll be a dearth, not a dearth, sorry. There'll be a cornucopia, right? A plethora of grapes. Yet there'll be almost no wine, or the wine will be very expensive. Maybe there'll be plenty of wine, but it'll be very expensive. And that's for two possible reasons. Yeah, one reason, which Rashi in fact quotes both of them. Rashi and Sanhedrin says, yeah, that the reason that wine will be so expensive is there's so many grapes. So why is wine so expensive? Seemingly, if you have a lot of grapes, you can have a lot of wine. The reason, says Rashi, is very important. Even though there's a lot of grapes, but there won't be bracha. There won't be bracha in the grapes, and therefore, when you go to make wine, it's not going to turn wine; it'll go sour or something else will go wrong. That's one explanation. Another explanation, says Rashi, is that, again, supply and demand. There'll be lots and lots of wine, but everybody is going to be drinking wine. It's going to be like the number one drink that everyone's drinking. Erev Boker, it's fine, morning, evening, afternoon, all the time. Wine, 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 right? And everybody's going to be chasing after wine. Why is that? So Rashi and Sota says, and Tosas Yontif quotes that understanding, right? Rashi says, "Shakol asukim imishtos." I remember when I was a certain city in the world. I believe it's permitted for me to say that it was Rio de Janeiro, where my wife is from. And as I was walking through the streets of Rio de Janeiro, I noticed an interesting phenomenon. That on every single street, there was a bar, or a nightclub, or a pub, or a restaurant, or some sort of entertainment place where people were eating and drinking and festing, being festive. And of course, um, this is not anyway a negative reflection of uh, anybody from Rio de Janeiro. My wife, it was like such a good move in my life to my wife, Baruch Hashem, and I'm happy that she came from Rio. The Cariocas, as they're called, they're wonderful people. But the city, yeah, the city of Rio is just one big party, right? Shakal Asukin Mishtos, right? As one person in Rio pointed out, right? The first 2 months of the year they get ready for the carnival. Then they have the carnival. The next 2 months they're getting over the carnival, and after that they're praying for next year's carnival. And that uh, that mentality, that way of life, will not only will go from Rio, and as we see today, it's spreading all over the world. Almost any city you visit, you'll find that there's partying going on quite often in quite a number of places, and it's getting to be more and more and more. And this is a phenomenon which we have to be careful about. Yeah, we have to be careful about it because we shouldn't be pulled in. We shouldn't be pulled in and taken into this false reality, right? The false party reality, because it is not a good reality, right? The whole now, the truth is, I will be the first one to say wine is a very elevated drink, and every single Shabbos, I make the when I can, I make the bracha of a tova metiv, right? The 7 conditions of Simchas Ish. I make the bracha of tova metiv when I have someone else to drink with, and I appreciate the fine wines. The Kolbo, in fact, says that this bracha of a tova metiv gives us an appreciation of diversity of life. Every single wine is slightly different, and by making this bracha of tova metiv, we recognize the tremendous diversity that Hashem created in the world, and we can appreciate it and thank Hashem for this diversity. So this is a wonderful thing, and wine can uplift a person's spirits, right? Yain samach leiv enosh is a tremendous, tremendous thing. But we shouldn't be pulled after wine. Wine has to be used in the right framework, in the right time, in the right place, in the right setting. But it shouldn't be that our whole life is just one big party. We spoke previously in Shirim that Tov Leiv Mishta Tamid, right? The pasuk in the pasuk in Mishlei tells us, right? Tov Leiv Mishta Tamid, that a person has a good heart, so he has a constant party because the good heart just gives a person the whole feeling of wonderful pleasantness, loving other people, giving to other people, and not having any bad feelings towards other people. Kina Taiva Kavan, right? That's Tov Leiv Mishta Tamid. But someone who makes an actual Mishta, right? Someone who wants to have Mishta Tamid because of wine and drinking wine all the time, right? And partying and other alcoholic substances and other substances which take a person away from reality. So this is something dangerous and should be avoided. Okay. Next year we'll speak more about um, this attribute. And again, I reiterate that this Marathon Moshiach series is sponsored by an anonymous donor in honor of our campaign that we're doing now. We're called Torah Chaim, trying to produce Poskim for Klal Yisrael. Join us, visit us at trainingposkim.org, and you can participate whatever amount you wish. Right? If you want to give $1, want to give $100,000, or you don't have to give anything if you wish. Whatever makes you, if you feel that this is a worthy endeavor to train Poskim for Klal Yisrael. I certainly feel this is one of the most important endeavors that I could possibly be involved with because we need Poskim for Klal Yisrael. It's so critical. It's so important. So please help me in this endeavor if you wish, and I will be eternally grateful to Amen, Cain, T.A.